imagined your sister would have sided with the... Well, keep your chin up. Paimon believes in both of you. And when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Right? She said we needed to reach the end of our journey. Paimon bets she still has lots more to tell us, and we won't find out what this journey is or where it will end unless we keep going. Then Paimon, although, where should we go next? If we... Oh, you mean the god that took your... You're right. After all, everything that followed, all this confusion? Ooh, Paimon supports that idea. Just the thought of it. Well, we've ruled out 2 gods so far, the Animo and Geo Archons. So, next... Paimon doesn't think we can simply walk into Inazuma. Zhongli said it was a closed nation. Why don't we ask someone from Inazuma how to gain entrance? Oh, Paimon's thought of someone already! Atsuko in Liyue Harbor! Let's see what she has...
Oh. Hello. Oh, I mean good fortune, right? I'm still learning to talk like a local. Is there anything I can help you with?
We wanted to ask, how do we get into Inazuma?
Oh, so that's why you're here.
Great! We came to the right
But the chance of success is...
incredibly small.
It was in leaving Inazuma that I found all I had to rely on was a little wooden raft that I'd put together myself. After I'd escaped their clutches, I floated on the open ocean for I don't know how many days. But to my surprise, my journey didn't... that's right. I escaped by the skin of my teeth. The fact that I'm even...
What a horrible journey! And you set off no...
Well, because everything is just too restrictive over there. The atmosphere is so stifling. The Kanjo Commission subjects everyone leaving or entering the...
Kanjo Commission?
Along with the other 2 commissions, they oversee everything in Inazuma. We usually collectively refer to them as the Tri-Commission. One of the obligations of the Kanjo Commission is to conduct rigorous identity checks on all individuals leaving or entering. Meanwhile, the Tenryo Commission is responsible for implementing the recently promulgated Vision Hunt Decree. It doesn't feel good to speak ill of my home like this, but after spending so long under that oppressive atmosphere, I begin to lose... What I mean to say is, unless you have an extremely compelling reason to go to Inazuma, you should know that the sea around Inazuma is engulfed in a perpetual tempest of wind and rain. Supposing you survived that, and even if you did manage to find a way, you'd still have to produce...
Seems like they really don't want anyone setting foot in Inazuma, huh?
They only set that up as a port to guarantee a supply of goods and information to the island. But if you really are set on going...
The raft idea sounds a little...
That's not what I meant. You could ask someone from the Crux fleet if they have voyaging far and wide has made them a well-traveled...
But it's an armed fleet, right? Why would...
That part is up to you. If you're able to persuade their captain, Beidou, then the Alcor is the flagship of the Crux fleet. I heard that it's currently anchored by Guyun Stone Fort.
Then there's no time to lose. Let's go find Captain Beidou.
got here? Wait, I know you. You're that traveler, aren't you? The one who fought against the Patuian Osile, right? Ningguang told me about you. A traveler of great insight and remarkable skill has saved. She's a hard one to please, so praise from her is high praise indeed. I remember thinking at the time that it'd be good to meet you, judging by the clothes on your back and this floating thing. I guess that.
Hey! The name's not Floating Thing! It's Paimon!
Paimon? What a fascinating being. You two give off not only the essence of wind and earth, but also of... Yes.
Huh? The fragrance of what now? That's the weirdest compliment Paimon's ever heard.
Pay it no heed. I mean only to say I am certain that it is by fate, not chance alone, that we should meet. And that gives our encounter meaning.
I prefer other means of entertainment. This young man is Kaidahara Kazuha, a temporary addition to my crew for reasons I won't bore you with. Occasionally, he opens his mouth and flowers come out instead of words.
With this fine ship and the soft sea breeze, would it not be romantically irresponsible of me?
No, I can't argue with that. Oh,
Only if the mood takes me, of course. Poetry for poetry's sake.
hey, you don't want to pass this opportunity up too easily.
Oh, wait a minute. What's the clash?
I thought you might be here to sign up. The Crux Clash is a martial arts tournament that I hold. There are two important rules. One, competitors must be renowned fighters. So, you've got nothing to worry about there. I don't think there's anyone. Two, you can't take part if you've got a vision. Otherwise, things get a little... You must be feeling confident, but you might want to watch out. And with Liu as savior taking part in the tournament. Now,
But we didn't come.
well, before you dismiss the idea completely, you might be interested. Get this. It's a...
Supplied by myself, as a matter of fact. If the tournament champion can
Is there really such thing as a masterless?
When a vision bearer dies, the light in their vision will fade away. As for whether this shell has any practical application, well, this remains to be seen.
Yep. And the way I see it, a vision is a badge of recognition from the gods. So if anyone's able to rekindle it, organizing the clash is my way of uncovering hidden talents. So if you don't have a vision, this is the perfect opportunity to get your hands on one of your very...
Yeah, we're interested in getting to Inazuma.
Inazuma? You...
Well, why didn't you say so? Inazuma? In that case, if you win the tournament, I'll give you a choice. Masterless vision, or a ticket to...
You just want him to take part.
What's wrong with that? The more talent we have, the better the tournament will be.
What are we gonna do? Looks like we pretty much have.
Great. Then let's get you signed up. Head to the tournament arena in Guyun Stone Forest.
It seems like it will only be a matter of time before the...
Before we sign up, let's see who the other competitors are. Betas? Hello, are you...
You bet I am. Have you put your names down yet? Well, I'd have a look at the entrance criteria if I... The Clash is a comprehensive test of fighting ability. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, we heard a rule about...
Me? Only a former runner-up in the Chuhu Rock Freestyle Combat Summit. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
What? You... Nonsense. Have you been living under a rock? It's been going on for years. Not to mention, I've helped the Millilith catch treasure hoarders before. There were 2 of them trying to escape. They tried to sneak past me under the cover of darkness. They didn't know what hit them. I planted a left hook on the skinnier one's face and sent him flying. Then, I stood my ground, of course. A roundhouse kick sent the blade hurtling into a beam above us. I told you. Unarmed, I'm not saying I came out completely unscathed, of course. But the fact remains that—
But for us, even 4 or 5 treasure hoarders at a—
I'll see you in the arena, but I don't plan on losing.
Hi there! Are you here for the—
That's right. Nothing beats real-life combat for honing your skills. But this tournament is more than just a chance to put training into
Exactly. With a vision—
This master of yours must be pretty—
famous. He's the founder of the Lingshan clan, and his skills are unparalleled. Liang and I are both— You probably wouldn't have heard of it. It was founded quite recently. He's got to be a grand master or something. He's created to the Lingshan clan. He teaches a special technique.
forced to—
It's a type of breathing exercise where you can train yourself to harness the energy around. For example, our master can use it to alter the path of an attacking fist.
One time, he sent a challenger flying into the air without lifting—
It sure is, but it's extremely difficult to cultivate this ability. We've been training for ages and—
We're clearly not that naturally gifted, or we would have at least gotten the gist by now. If we don't start making
There's a tuition fee?
Of course! This is a grand master we're talking about here. He doesn't have time to waste. If you want face-to-face training, you've got—
But here we are, having trained under him directly. Recently, though, we heard that a vision bearer joined the Guhua clan and made pretty much instant progress in their training.
So, if we can get our hands on a vision too, maybe we can finally make our master proud.
Well, we have to try something new.
Exactly. It can't hurt to try. And if it turns out, folks will come from far and wide. Heck, we could even become the dominant martial arts clan in all of Liyue.
See you in the arena.
Hey, youngster. Are you here for the Crux Clash too? If so,
So you're also here for the tournament?
you better believe it. I wouldn't be here if— For me, obtaining a vision is the final and most important piece in the puzzle that is my life. No. It's not about what I want to do. I know how that sounds, but let me explain. I've passed every exam I've ever taken, enjoyed numerous in most people's eyes. I am already the very embodiment of the perfect person. Though, of course, a vision.
You have so much self-confidence.
That's not important. I have a contact in the Crux fleet who was happy to vouch for me. So, I've also brought along a bit of an entourage for moral support. Of course, I also put in a few good days' practice, concentrating mostly on rare and esoteric. I seem to have gained another fan. Don't let my aura overwhelm you, though. Now then, if you don't mind, I need to finish my pre-competition routine. It's not too long now before you'll get—
So, to recap, we're up against an inflated ego, some gullible guys paying way too much for their kung fu classes, and another guy who's just really average. Seems like you've got a pretty good chance of winning this thing. Come on, let's go sign up.
Chinksa Village arm wrestling champion, huh? All right, you're signed up. Next, please. What's your name? Wait, did I hear that right?
Is it really them?
Huh? Aren't they a vision bearer, though? Why are they trying to—
I have to ask. Aren't you the traveler that— Oh, it's really him!
The one that spoke with Lady Kuching at the rite of—
Oh, I wonder—
I trust you are aware that, only those without visions can enter the— Really? But from what I've heard, the things you're capable of in combat are nothing short of extraordinary. You walk into the most dangerous situations imaginable.
Yep, He still doesn't have a vision, though. See for yourself.
My apologies. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sure a great hero like yourself would have no reason to lie. It's just a formality for you, of course, but I have to make a... So far, I've got defeated the ancient god Osile, so that's one. Do you have any others?
Yeah, and also a dragon, too.
Whoa.
Might as well declare him the champ.
I wonder if it's too late to...
Okay, that's plenty. Right, your registration is complete. A great hero such as yourself can surely only be here for...
Oh, we're not here for that. We're here because Captain Beto promised...
There's another prize, too? Oh.
Beto must have upped the stakes this time to attract top talent.
But why would anyone want to go somewhere as dangerous?
I see. So, I take it you discussed your terms with Beto in advance. Well, I'm sure a great hero has an Anyway, the qualifying rounds are about to begin.
Hey, so... Paimon's thinking about that whole even though you don't have a vision, most people... So Paimon thinks you probably shouldn't use your elemental abilities during... In any case, looking at the competition, it should still be Alright, it's showtime!
You seem like you're raring to go. Are you ready to compete? Good. Then please
Our next competitor is seen by many as the favorite to win this tournament. His first bout begins now!
You? You're the hero they're talking about? Ugh, how am I supposed to win now?
What a strange guy. Why was he so confident to begin with? Well, now that we've won, let's go and see Beto. She'll probably have something to say to us.
I knew I wouldn't regret. So, what do you think, Kazuha? He totally...
Impressive. But I also observed our favorite exercise some...
Well, I've fought my fair share of battles, both big and small. And I say, after the show he put on just now, he's more than convinced me of his ability. So come on. We all know you've got a wide vocabulary in there.
All right. Let me think how to aptly phrase... You fought well.
All right then. I was thinking your inner poet might want to join in the fun, but I guess, a lot of competitors came to me saying how surprised they were that Liyue's hero was and since you signed up, we've had many others do the same, with more than a few top-tier fighters among them. I'm sure lots of them are here to find out how they stack up against you. Well, since everyone's... For one thing, we don't want you wasting all your energy in the early rounds fighting people who are well below your level. Not to mention, you must be itching to fight, so... I'm putting you straight through to the semifinal.
Huh? But we only just started the qualifiers. Seems like a crazy...
This is how Captain Beto works. Besides, at your level, you would have made...
To be fair...
All right, I'm gonna watch some more of the tournament. If there's any potential... We're finally here, folks. The real show...
The captain seems to have high hopes for this tournament. Your opponent has fought many rounds to get to the semifinals. You may well be stronger than him, but this should not give you cause to lower... Very well. Show me that you are ready to push through the...
All right, that's enough chit-chat for now. The audience is waiting. Go find the crew member that signed you up.
Your opponent in the semifinals is new to the Crux Clash, but he has... I do not doubt your abilities, but I would suggest that you...
Relax. My guy's at the top of his game. He ain't gonna lose.
Don't worry.
At last, the moment we've all been waiting for. The semifinals have begun. Who's it gonna be this time? The hero or the dark horse?
I don't care about the prize. You're a strong opponent. That's what I'm here for. I'm sweating all over. Congratulations. I was beaten by the best. I need to train hard.
Right! For a moment there, if you had a vision, you definitely...
I wanted a vision once, when I was a kid, but mine? I lost interest eventually. I've fought and won against vision bearers before. The power they have was given to them by the god.
Huh? You mean you didn't sign up to try and get...
No, I didn't. I only wanted to... Only in defeat can you understand your weaknesses and learn from them. So,
Wow! Now,
if you have the chance in the future, please come and spar with...
by the way, do you know who...
Whether they'll be as tough as me, I don't know. So don't get too...
There he goes. Maybe we should ask around, see what we can find out about our opponent in the final round. Paimon thinks we might need to up our game a little.
Ah, it's you! I myself was eliminated in the third round. Shame.
Maybe next time, huh?
Why, yes. He's the same one who defeated me. He is a formidable... I faltered for but a brief moment. Given my stature, I have no fear of squaring off with physically... Still, I'm sure he'll be no match for you.
He tried to use force dispersal to deflect a punch, but instead he took it straight to the nose. There was blood. His opponent was pretty freaked out by it. He kept asking him, why don't you dodge, they ask. Because to not dodge is the very essence of Lingshan clan kung fu. It's just that he hadn't quite Don't even get me started. I spent all my energy helping him get from here to the boat. I don't dare tell my master about this. Otherwise I'd never hear the end of it. Sorry, I shouldn't be complaining in front of you like this. I'm afraid I'm...
Oh, all right then.
Thanks.
We still haven't got any useful information yet. Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something.
You gave an outstanding performance. I could sense that you're not familiar with bouts of this kind, but you were quick to adapt and managed to claim victory over your opponent. In fact, I discerned this not from what I saw, but what I heard. The ground...
He's right. But in my case, I guess not using your elemental powers must be quite new.
We wanted to ask about who our opponent will be in the final...
Not exactly. Contenders that reach the finals aren't necessarily stronger. They tend to have something you... As for the guy you'll be facing, his skill lies in his speed, and he has superior form. What's the matter? Worried that you've bitten off more than you can chew this time?
If that is the case, then I have a proposal for you. I haven't properly introduced myself yet.
Yeah, we could tell that from your getup. But at the same time, when you talk, you don't...
It is true that I am versed both in literary and martial traditions. But on the struggle, I do not mean to flaunt my martial prowess. But I myself have witnessed reputable... Given your talents, a few hints from me will be all that's necessary to bring your opponent down.
Hang on. Don't you think you're bending the...
Gathering intelligence is an essential part of any duel. Besides, our favorite here has fought many battles on their journey from Mondstadt.
You betcha! Wait a second. We never told you that we've been to Mondstadt.
Does one not leave a trail when traveling through the wild? In return, however, there is only so much that can be discerned from these... Come with me. Now that we're alone, let me cut to the heart. You are skilled in manipulating the elements, and not just a single element.
Paimon knew that you were hinting at something from the...
That's right. If the other contenders were to catch wind of you, if I'm not mistaken, you share these considerations, given your reluctance to use it. When I talk about that which I see or hear in you, this is not... Since a young age, I have been attuned to the tidings of nature. I hear the breath of the wind. It is things of this nature that I all...
As crazy as all that sounds, somehow Paimon still believes you.
My humble abilities are negligible compared to your incredible feats. To think a human could wield the elements, and not to mention your incredibly
Hey, stop evaluating us, babe!
Could you perchance enlighten me as to how you managed to obtain your combined elemental abilities? Extraordinary. So then, might I be so bold as to inquire how exactly it is that you learned to channel elemental energy?
Aw, it's nothing really. Paimon, it's been a long journey, and many things have happened. Honestly, even Paimon doesn't understand.
Perhaps such unfathomable things are the essence of the gods, and the visions they... However, I still wish to have the honor of seeing how you wield the elements. Perhaps it may yet reveal... Of course, I too shall share with you all that I've learned. Now then.
Swift and merciful. Submit for judgment.
No escape! Think you can get away? How rude! Who would have liked...
Your skills in battle are truly beyond... Your opponent is skilled at controlling his breathing and maintaining... He relies entirely on the element of surprise to defeat him. In other words, as long as you remain mindful of his ability to detect weak points, please, save your thanks. If anything, I should be thanking you for the opportunity to witness your command of... The world is a truly mysterious place, it seems.
You seem kind of obsessed with visions, but don't you already have your own?
I desire to know what meaning visions have and what influences the gods. My apologies. You must be for allowing me the honor of witnessing your mystical ways. I am willing to answer any questions you may have regarding Inazuma. So that's what you're curious about? As you well know, a vision hunt decree is visions are a gift bestowed by the divine. People that have accepted this gift are now having their in the outset. Supposing each of the 7 archons had their criteria for granting vision, not to mention, with no new electrovisions having been granted for...
She sounds less like an archon.
As far as I know, she is an archon that pursues eternity. Liyue's contracts are meant to benefit all who reside within Liyue. It goes without saying that the people locked within Inazuma do not fare well.
Sounds a lot like something the god you encountered in the beginning would do.
Oh? Have you encountered the Electro Archon before? With time, we will change. But the Shogun will remain the same. If you wish to find her, she will forever be there. There will come a day when I too shall wish to understand the answers to eternity from her. Ah, the time for your match is approaching.
Oh, right! We got so distracted talking.
If you have no other matters to attend to, then we can return together. Very well. Let's go.
Why isn't he here yet? Never mind. We can start by making your entrance first. Everyone, listen up! We've reached the climax of the Crux Clash! We've seen many exciting battles today, and now I'd like to introduce our first combatant. Though few have... He strikes fear into the heart of Osile, and the mere mention of his name causes even the Fatui Harbingers to turn pale in the face. Introducing
Wow!
I'm sure everyone witnessed his thrill, but today's final round will As for our other combatant... Oh, come on, what could be taking him so long? You can't just... Apologies! Everyone just sit tight! We've got no other choice. If he doesn't show...
Wait a moment. Something doesn't seem right about Captain Beto. Perhaps we should check on the prize. Traveler.
Let me see. It's gone all right.
Huh? Did somebody steal it? Who would dare do such a thing?
We don't know when it was taken exactly. I never thought that someone here would have the guts to cross Captain...
No need to worry. Even the craftiest sleight of hand is... The vision was the prize that I had offered, and it was my responsibility to look after it. I will be certain to get...
Well, if you I'll stay here and try to offer some explanation to all this.
If you would, please come with me.
But we're on an island.
Come with me. I can sense the...
Huh? A wind current?
The winds have come at an opportune moment. Let's seize this chance. Ride the winds upward. From there, we can continue our search for clues.
By the way, what made you suddenly think of checking the prize in the first place?
I heard it the moment it was stolen. The winds are guiding us forward. The culprit is on the opposite shore now.
You can hear that too? What does it sound like?
Hubris. This way. Follow me. There may be an ambush waiting for us up ahead, but I trust that you are well prepared for such a scenario.
Hoarders, they're here! Get them!
Treasure hoarders, just as I expected. In which case, please stand back.
Picked the wrong test subject.
You caught up with me? How is that possible? I had even prepared a boat to ensure quick...
No boat could ever match the speed of the wind.
The wind? What are you talking about? Oh, I get it. Your rat! If I only had a vision. Or if I could...
This has nothing to do with visions. You may be... Additionally, your chosen escape route was flawed for reasons that are too numerous to go into. And on top of... In other words... You failed to meet any of the basic criteria for... But most disappointing of all is the state of the vision in your head. It appears that the vision doesn't respond to human desire.
Fine! I've had my eyes on this vision for quite some time now. I decided to register...
Aha! So you were supposed to be...
I'd intended to win the contest through skill alone all along. After watching the semifinals, I knew that I didn't stand a chance. Since there was no use in trying to face you in the match, I decided to put my skills I was convinced I prepared thoroughly for my escape, but somehow... Drat. This could... really? Fine. But you'd better mean it.
You know, according to the laws of the sea, the penalty for stealing is...
Huh?
Not to mention that the item you stole was a prize. You didn't... It seems that it would be only fair to brand the word thief on...
Whoa! We don't need to go that far!
I never would have guessed you could be so... If this is where talking gets me, then forget...
Submit for judgment!
No! Do what you want, but...
He has persevered to the... Put down the vision and leave.
Huh?
What's wrong? It's up to you. Such willingness is
No need for that.
Huh? Paimon doesn't get...
I take no pleasure in frightening others. I was just... When people are forced into a corner, that is when their greatest strength... But unfortunately, nothing happened. Yes. I wanted from the moment he stole the vision. I've tried many other methods in the past, though few tales tell of a masterless vision. After seeing you command multiple elements, I figured that nothing is impossible. Come, why don't you give it a try? Let's see if you can give me the answer I'm... I see. So you... No matter. This was expected. I suppose...
Yeah, what's the story behind...
The story begins with an old friend. He was once a good friend of mine. One day he asked me about a sword art of which he had heard, the Musono Hitotachi. I told him it can only be witnessed when divine punishment is administered. It is the pinnacle of the Raiden Shogun's skill, a symbol of ultimate power. But he replied, there must be one who can withstand it. There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow. Then, the Vision Hunt decree arrived. People's aspirations were stripped away as the Raiden Shogun began to construct her ideal of eternity. While I was fleeing from place to place, I heard that my friend had challenged the Vision Hunters to a duel before the throne. A solemn yet brutal challenge. The defeated face divine punishment, while the victors gain a second chance. Perhaps he thought he of all people should make a stand. Coming face to face with the Musono Hitotachi was all that he truly desired, after all. When I arrived at Tenshukaku, the duel was over. I heard his sentence of divine punishment, his severed blade hitting the ground. Perhaps that was the glory he had yearned to witness. In his last moments, what expression was on his face? Before I knew it, I had stepped forward and snatched the dying vision and was running from the scene. All I knew was that I mustn't let his hope, which burned so brightly, become buried among the ice-cold statue of a god. Perhaps one day, I may come to find that all I have done is meaningless. But as a wandering samurai, I find meaning in traveling and the sprawling beauty of...
Kazuha!
It's just another way of... All right then, it's time we returned. Do not let my feelings trouble, but thank you.
Huh? Did Beta leave already? Maybe she went back to her ship.
If you're looking for the captain, she was summoned by Lady Ningguang. It seems that the Crux clash got out of hand this time and has attracted her attention. Captain Beto was muttering something about Ningguang being a stick in the mud as she headed off to Liyue Harbor.
It's not unusual for those two...
But still, Captain Beto was disappointed she didn't get to witness the crowning of the new champion.
The one who stole the vision was originally to be this hero's opponent in the final round. He knew he stood no chance of winning the match, thus the wicked idea. In which case, the Crux clash comes to a clear-cut conclusion.
Huh? So that's what... If that's the case, then the rules stipulate that he is disqualified.
Paimon thought we'd win and all, but not like that.
It doesn't matter. As the saying goes, honor given is honor deserved.
Yes, I believe so. Though Captain Beto is no longer present, but the voyage to Inazuma is a treacherous one. You will be plagued. In fact, the relentless rain and wind are also an embodiment of the Raiden Shogun's will to close...
Hold on a second. You're saying she can...
Let us not forget that this is one of the 7 Archons. If Liyue's Morax could form Guyun's stone forest by casting down his... Suffice it to say that if you wish to journey to Inazuma, the Alcor will need some time. In the meantime, I intend to embark on a journey of my own. I will...
Paimon believes you'll find a way...
Thank you. May both our journeys prove meaningful. One final word of warning. The part of your journey that lies after the